The way that I like to build relationships, the way that I like to build networks is organically, okay? That is the buzzword, the key word for today is being organic, being authentic, being the real version of yourself. What's up guys, it's LeAnn Henri and I'm back with another video. So we're dressed a little comfortable today. We're not professionally dressed, so don't judge me too harshly. This is the third video in our RE behind the scenes series. We're talking about real estate behind the scenes and all of the small little nuanced things that people don't really talk about, but they contribute to your success as a realtor. If you are watching this video, then you probably have seen the two videos that came before this. The first one we were talking about how much does it truly cost to become a realtor. The second one we talked about how do you build your confidence in real estate. And today we're gonna talk about networking and building up relationships in the business. So if that's what you need, keep watching. So I personally am in the process of really truly making a lot more friends in real estate. What that looks like for me in real life is completely different than what that looks like for me in my social media sphere because hashtag Corona, right? A lot of in-person networking events have slowed down tremendously over the last 2 years, and a lot of it has moved into the online space. So if you don't follow me, I'm at LeAnn_Henri on Instagram, and we've built up a really great community of people on Instagram. I really do love y'all over there. Let me put some respect on my YouTube subscribers' names. No disrespect to y'all. And a lot of you are on both platforms with me, but the people who are on Instagram, they are always hopping in my lives. They're always buying badges and they're commenting and they're liking, and they just show a great amount of support. A lot of them are actually realtors. So they're agents in Michigan, they're agents in different states, in different countries, or people who are aspiring realtors, or whatever brought them to my page. Is a lot of really, really great people over there. So I would say that my network in the social space is quite large, at least when it comes to real estate agents. But in the space of like real life, I would say, I don't think it's as large. If I probably sat down and thought about it, I would probably give myself more credit than what I'm giving myself now. But there are realtors that I see online that we'll interact with online, but we've never met in person. Or there's networking events that I had planned to start going to prior to the pandemic, and then all of those shut down. So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like to go back out and start networking with people. I used to set up shop at one of my favorite restaurants in Detroit. It's called Lumen. I really love the manager there. I love the events coordinator there. Every time I sit at the bar, everybody's so warm and welcoming and friendly. The drinks are delicious. Like, that's one of my favorite places, right? So I used to go and just set up my laptop and just sit and work there for a couple of hours. And you never knew who you would meet, or somebody would sit next to you and you spark up conversation and things like that. So networking is an art, I would say. Can I say I'm proficient at it? I don't know. I'm pretty good. At it. But everybody has room for improvement no matter what it is that they're doing. The way that I like to build relationships, the way that I like to build networks is organically. Okay, that is the buzzword, the key word for today is being organic, being authentic, being the real version of yourself. That's how you not only build relationships, but you build relationships that go for the long haul. You want longevity in a lot of the places and people that you talk to, because real estate really is a career that you can have for a lifetime. And if you're burning bridges and not building good quality relationships along the way, it's going to take a lot for you to rebuild your reputation. So for me, I want to be myself in every space I walk into. Like, I don't want to code switch. Of course, there's a certain level of code switching that just happens by default as a Black woman, but whenever I catch it, I'm just like, let me turn this off. Like, I don't want to be a different version of myself. Like, I want to be who I am. So I show up as myself on camera with you guys on YouTube. I show up as myself on Instagram, in my posts. I show up as myself in real life, in closings with clients, at showings. I want to be the same person consistently, no matter where somebody runs into me, right? If you're watching and you're trying to figure out truly how to build your network, think about the things about yourself that you enjoy. What do you think that somebody would say about you when you left a room after a conversation? Would they say that you're a good conversationalist? Would they say that you're a great listener? Would they say that you are quiet, but when you do speak up, you add in just that little, little extra seasoning on the conversation that it was missing? Or, are you a person that loves big groups, or are you a person that loves to organize different gatherings or networking events? Just think about all of those things and then go to those places that have those qualities in you. So network with similar, like-minded people, and then you can branch off from there. For this year, I had a goal of going to at least one networking opportunity a month. But ideally, I'd love to go to something bi-weekly, so something twice a month, and really just networking with people and talking, because that's a great way to build your database. That's a great way to really make it known who you are. Do you have a signature look? People know me as the girl with the blonde finger waves. I have a bunch of different pairs of glasses that I wear. I don't wear them when I'm filming because all of these lights, the glare would it's not a good situation. But I do have a look. So when I walk into a space, even if someone hasn't met me in person, they've probably seen me online somewhere and I look familiar, and that's a good way to break the ice. That hasn't always been the case for me. I haven't always had, 20,000 subscribers and 35,000 followers. I haven't always had that. So the thing that I truly had to lean on was my ability to really walk into a room and strike up conversation with anybody. So at this point, you may be watching this and say like, well, LeAnn, you're an extrovert. Like, I'm an introvert. I don't work like that. I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. Oh, quite the contrary. So I actually am an introvert. I'm an outgoing introvert, okay? That's the way that I describe it. So the way that people give the definitions of introvert versus extrovert. Introverts get their energy by recharging on their own in their own solitude. Extroverts get their energy by socializing and being around other people. I get drained after talking to people, right? Like, literally, I have a social meter, and once this meter runs out, I'm done. I'm tired. I gotta go. Like, mid-conversation, if the switch gets flipped, I'm done. I'm no good. I'm rubbish. Take me home now. Right? So in that, I have to make sure that I'm maximizing the times when I have the most energy and I've just eaten and I am just, mentally prepared to go and start talking to people. I don't do well with super last minute plans. Like, I gotta have time to, put a little extra reserves in the social battery to sustain me for whatever length the event is, right? You wouldn't think that by watching me on YouTube or, watching my videos or my posts on Instagram or whatever the case may be, but that really truly is how it is for me. So I think that if you are an introvert, and maybe you're not the outgoing introvert type, maybe you truly are just a really shy and nervous person, you don't have to go to large events. You can go to small, you can even talk to more agents in your office. Just start with the agents in your office. Go in the morning and talk to people while they're pouring their coffee or whatever the case may be. Just make a note to yourself to be intentional about the interactions that you have. And then sooner rather than later, you'll start building up your network in more ways than you could imagine. Because building up your network, especially in talking to other agents, also helps you to get an idea of different referrals for different vendors within the business. So I personally have 2 preferred lenders. I have 2 separate title companies that I choose between, even though one is the primary now. I have 2 go-to home inspectors that I use almost every single time. And then I have a list of other people that I can tap into should that be necessary. So that's plumbers, that's roofers, that's basement waterproofing, like different things like that, okay? And the way that I was able to build that list of vendors and that network of referrals is through talking to other agents. Of course, you could open up a phone book. Wow. They don't even have those anymore. I'm not even that old. Why do I be feeling like I'm so old? I said, open the phone book. Okay, little tangent real quick. Are any of you old enough to remember when the phone books would get delivered on your porch? Do any of you remember? Like, we had phone books in my house, so I'm one of 6, right? When my youngest brother was little, because we didn't have a booster seat for him, we used to just sit him at the table on top of phone books because they was literally like this thick. They were so thick. Like, phone books was the Google before Google was Google. Of course, you can Google and find any of those vendors that you need, whether it's a lender or it's a title company or an inspector or whatever the case may be. But what if there's no reviews, or what if all of the reviews are bad? Then what do you do after that? So actually talking to your peers in real estate and finding out who it is that they use, you get a reputable source, you get someone who you trust their opinion because you know them personally, and you don't have to play around with potentially referring a really, really bad vendor to your client. So networking is a huge, extremely important thing. I would say just putting yourself out there is really, really gonna help you. Becoming a regular at some sort of restaurant or some sort of like bar or something is really, really gonna help you in building your network. Going to realtor events, so broker opens where, a property just before it's listed, it'll be open to all realtors to come and give it a preview for whatever clients that they may have. Going to lender hosted events. So sometimes lenders or title companies will have events at their offices. So they'll have like tacos and tequila. My brokerage just did a really adorable hot cocoa and s'mores thing. Stuff like that is really, really adorable. And it's just a great way to meet and, rub shoulders and network with people in a super low stakes, non-committal kind of way. If you are joining some sort of committee, so there's maybe a young professionals network, or there's a finance committee, or whatever is your thing in real estate, you can join that at your local board. There's tons of events that are usually on your local board's calendar, so you can see which ones you want to go check out on a monthly basis or whatever the case may be. And then of course, social media. Network on social media. That's been incredibly successful for me, and it's something that I want to chat more with you guys about networking and marketing myself on social media, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. But if you've been enjoying this series so far, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what has been your favorite tip in the series so far. Have you gotten any value from it? I love to read you guys' comments. I love to read the ways that you're growing as a person, growing as an agent, growing in your business, okay? But another thing that I love even more is reminding you that you, yes, you, are pure gold. And I will see you guys in the next one.